Question number 69. Simplify the ratio 4 over 20. Simplify the ratio 4 over 20. Well, this question doesn't give us any unit of measure, so it makes it pretty easy. All we have to do is simplify the fraction. So let's take a look at 4 over 20. Can we find any common factors between 4 and 20? And I do see one. We have a common factor of 2, but I also see we have a common factor of 4. So we can actually divide both the numerator and the denominator by the common factor of 4. And we're going to end up with 4 divided by 4 is 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And our simplified ratio is 1/5. Oh, that bad circle. Let's correct that. It is 1 over 5. Now your answer might also be class 1 to 5. Remember, this could also be written as a ratio, so this also could be 1 to 5. Those both have the same meaning. Question number 70. Question number 70. Simplify the ratio 4 feet over 20 inches. Now this is different because now we have units of measure and they're not the same. So we can't just cancel them out. We're going to have to convert them so that we have the same unit of measure on top and bottom, and then we can cross them off or cancel them. So I'm going to rewrite our equation as 4 feet. Actually, let's abbreviate feet here, make it a little bit easier. So 4 feet over 20 inches. And we've learned, class, that we can actually create a conversion fraction or a conversion factor where we can cancel out those units of measure. And the way we do that is we want to get rid of feet. It's on top in the numerator. We're going to write it in the denominator. Inches are in the denominator. We're going to write them in the numerator. And by doing this, if you remember any fraction, if you've got a common value on both the numerator and denominator, in both the numerator and denominator, you can cross them out. So that means inches are going to be crossed out and feet are going to be crossed out. So let's figure out how many inches are in a foot. We know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So this conversion fraction is actually equal to 1. 12 inches and 1 foot are the exact same measure. So this is actually a value of 1, which doesn't change our answer, but it certainly does convert our answer. So we can go ahead and cross off inches, because that shows up on the numerator or in the numerator, and in the denominator we can cross off feet, which is also in the numerator and the denominator, and now all we have to do is multiply across, or multiply the fractions. 4 times 12 is 48. 20 times 1 is just 20. And now the cool part is we're left with a ratio with no units. All we have to do now is simplify. I can see right now that both of these numbers are even, so they both will divide by 2. So I can divide both the numerator and denominator by 2. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Looks like I have one more common factor here. These are both even numbers, so I can divide by 2 again. Divide the top by 2, divide the bottom by 2, and I end up with 24 divided by 2 is 12. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And 5 is now prime, and that means we can't reduce or simplify this fraction anymore. So the simplified ratio is equal to 12 divided by 5. Be careful, class. Don't just take 4 over 20 and start reducing it. You can't do that because we have different units of measure. You have to cancel out the units of measure and then simplify the ratio.